Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another 31 days of cut files for you guys, and I am still working through my outdoor cut files, and today is these super cute little boots that say hike more and worry less. So I'm going to hold them up real quick, but I was going to share with you guys the two photos that I had first of me and some of my boys, two out of the three boys, taking selfies on the trail. I don't remember which trail we were on, though. I'll have to look that up and see where this layout goes in my in my book. But I do plan on using all of these sprays. So I've got a Heidi Swap, a Dina Wakley, and a Tim Holtz spray, all in various browns that I'm going to use to make it look like I've got muddy boots. I've got some Flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, cut aparts from the Paper Rose, Mountain Trek collection. I've got some 49 and Market things. I've got a thicker foam word from Simple Stories Lake Life, I think is what it was called. And then I've got some sequins here from, back in the day of Close to My Heart when they had that really cool surfboard one called No Worries. Oh my god. I also have this random die cut. I don't even remember where that's from, but it's cut out of Close to My Heart cardstock as well. And also from 49 and Market, Take a Hike, I have these two viewfinders. This one is also 49 and Market, and I think it's from the Elena collection. And I really wanted to just use that orange. I also have this one here from My Mind's Eye. I think this was called Life Stories. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to use it to back my boots. And then from, I think this is Echo Park. Help me out, guys. Yes, Echo Park. I've got this gorgeous grid light green background, and that's going to be the base of my page. So the first thing I'm going to do is ink these up. I'm going to ink up these viewfinders really quickly, but I don't understand why this viewfinder had this white border on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that really quickly. And then use the walnut stain that was left. Sorry about that pause, you guys. Use the walnut stain that was left on my desk to just go ahead and darken up this brown. I thought it was a little bit more on the purple side, and I didn't want this purple brown. So I'm going pretty heavy at inking it up so I get the brown that I'm looking for. And then for this particular viewfinder that looks like a map, I'm just going to ink the edges of it because I wanted the various greens and oranges on it. I actually like that splash of orange. I think it's a topography map, and it shows the highs and lows of the area, I guess, or the landscape. I'm not really sure how to say that. And then, of course, it varies based off of the color on the map, I think is how that works. All right, so now that I've got all of my other pieces that I'd like to put on the page done, I'm going to work on my cut file. And at first, the Dina Wakley one was not working. And what happened was, because I always like to know why my sprays don't spray. I really do. So what happened with the Dina Wakley one is because it is acrylic paint, it actually got a blob of paint that did not mix into when I was shaking the bottle at the bottom of the nozzle or the bottom of the tube. And so I had to take off my my spritzer and pull it out and clean out the bottom of the tube. So I've never had that happen to me before. But in the long run, I'm glad that did, because I can tell you guys that is another thing that you have to look out for when it comes to the acrylic paints. Now, the Worry Less boot, where the R's come in, that little loop on the R is a little on the skinny side. So just be careful. But like I said, every time that I do get a break in my cut file, I end up gluing it to a piece of paper anyways, and the break doesn't really bother me. But I did get these really, really wet, so it did become a little flimsy between the bottom of the boot and the top of the boot. Yep. So I'm going to mount my photos on this orange 49 and Market paper. I just thought that it gave a little bit more of the orange to my layout based off of the viewfinder that I have. And of course, because this is an outdoor layout, I'm going to scuff up the edges around the photo mats. I'm not doing it too much because I definitely wanted that orange to show. And if you scuff up the edges too much, either you'll get the backside coming up and my backside is pink. I definitely don't want that. Or you'll take away the color and all you'll see is white, the white core on the inside, unless you're using cardstock that doesn't have a colored core or a white core, right? It has a colored core. So different things to think about when you're using an edge distressor on how much pressure to apply and how much distressing you actually want to do. There's so many various things that you can do with an edge distressor, based off of applying the pressure at the angle that you use the tool at, and I mean just all different kinds of things that I don't even think about until I'm actually like how badly distressed do I want something to look. All right, so I'm going to do a dry run really quickly and see how I want all my pieces to play well together. I know that I want to build a cluster somewhere, but I have to also include these shoes, which at first I thought were too big. I know, right? But in all honesty, based off of how skinny the words were, this was the smallest size that we can cut them. And I wasn't sure if I wanted them to be uber super big, because then how would you use them on a layout, right? So once I figured out how I want my layout and where I want my boots, I'm going to go ahead and take that second layer and put it on the boot. Now, the reason why I decided to do a second layer for these boots is because when I distress the boot print, the words get lost. You really can't even see that there are the words. And so I thought that it would be kind of cool to have a second layer added to the boots, and then you'll be able to see the hike more and worry less words. I've been loving adding words to boot prints lately. It's just something that I do. Sometimes the boots or the word goes across the boot these ones are here, and sometimes it goes between the heel and the toe of the boot, so it's in the middle. So it just depends on the mood I'm in. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up putting in the hike more, worry less. Like I said, at this moment of the voiceover, I completely forgot where we are hiking to. I want to say it's the post piles, in all honesty, but my shirt is not the same as what I wore on the post piles, so I don't really know where we are hiking to or from, but I do know that this page has already been put in my album, and I already journaled on it, so I already know where we're hiking to. I just don't know at the time that I am doing the voiceover, right? Is that fair to say? I'm not slacking on, I just did a layout because I wanted to, and I have no idea what it's about. So that sounds terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and use this My Mind's Eye paper to back my photos, or I'm sorry, my cut file. I just wanted to fill in the boot print, and I'm going to leave the gap between the heel and the ball of the foot. Like a boot print should look, right? Is that what a boot print should look like? Or should I have not? Should I have finished the gap? I don't know. I like how it looks. I really do. And I like how stable, with the 3 layers of cardstock, I like how stable this cut file ended up becoming. All right, one more boot print to do. I usually only do one shoe print or boot print with one word. So this one was new to me, doing 2 different, both the left and the right boot. It was a fun exercise. So it is also summertime. And so if you see my hands going and doing weird things, I like to call it my sweatshop. My kids come in the afternoon when it's too hot to go and play outside, and they help me with orders and process the shop for me. Or if I've got images to replenish inventory, they go and they package those up for me as well. And sometimes they need help with, does this look good packaged like this? Is this a set type of thing? And so I try to dart my hand off the screen and back on the screen as best as possible without it being completely obvious and noticeable. But sometimes it's unavoidable. All right. So now I am loving my boot prints. They don't look as big now, right? Does it look to me, or is it just me, but does it look like they shrunk now that they're backed and have that white word on them and everything? I think they look like they shrunk, but anyways, must just be me. So I've got everything the way that I want it to look. I am so super excited, but the background looks a little plain. Now the background does have a small grid and it already is distressed, but it wasn't enough for me. It was just too plain Jane. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out this Crafters Workshop stencil. I actually got this for my birthday from one of my viewers. So thank you so very much. And I'm going to go ahead and just randomly put a little bit of grid. I didn't want to fully do a grid on the entire background. I just wanted little spots here and there. And then I'm going to distress the edges, again, using the walnut stain because it was handy dandy on my desk. And then I'm going to take this one here, which is Penny in Your Pocket, I think is what it's called. She's got two. She's got a Penny in Your Pocket and then another penny one, Penny for Your Thoughts. So I think the color splash is Penny in Your Pocket. And I went ahead and splattered it just for a little bit of that orange, but I didn't want it to be orange. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of a copper washi tape because it was sitting on my desk. Not any other reason, but this half of the washi was sitting on my desk from another layout. I got really tired of looking at it. And because I added a little bit of splash of the copper color splash from Shimmers, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And I got that little scrap used up. So I'm super excited. I'm going to go ahead and build my layers back on the way that I had them, or at least try to. Doing a little bit at a time. And yeah. I am going to bring in my boot a little bit more. At first, I had it all the way over so you could see the tree from top to bottom. But I am going to just bring it over. That way it's in front of the tree. I really like how that looks. I love the addition of the grid inking in the background, the stenciling. I really do like that. And then I'm going to finish this off with a little bit of sequins. Now, close to my heart's sequins are all sticky backed. I actually really enjoy these a whole lot more than loose sequins. Only when it comes to decorating my layouts, right? When it comes to shaker cards, of course you want loose sequins. But I do enjoy having these sticky backed ones. For one, you're limited on how many you have, right? There's no question about it. And for two, it's already got adhesive on it. So I don't have to, dot adhesive and then pick up the sequins and then put it down. It was so super fast, right? All right, you guys. So that is my layout for today. I love my muddy boot prints. I love how everything just came together so super easy. And that stencil really did help me bring that background to life. At first, it was just plain Jane and very boring. It looked good the way that it was, but a little bit of stencil work and a little bit of splattering just really helped me bring that background, helped me bring the background. All right, you guys, don't forget to check out the 31 Days of Cut File Facebook group link down below. I also have the playlist right here if you guys are interested in going and checking that out. And please go check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube, because she's playing along with me every single day as well. So thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.